Yo, welcome to the channel. If you like what you see, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This is going to be a wallpaper tutorial on this wallpaper that you're seeing right now. Let's begin. You'll come down here, Wallpaper Engine Editor, and this should pop up. Now, in the description, there should be a RAR file of all the assets that you're going to need in order to make this wallpaper, if you choose to. Alright, once you download it, you can extract it to wherever you need to, and then you should be good to go. Alright, so now once we're done, let's click Create. I have mine in my picture folder under Wallpaper Maker. Go Noelle, and then we'll go to Noelle Project. Right, for here, we don't want it to resize, because if it resizes, it'll mess with our stuff, and we don't want that. It's easier for use for when we do the assets. Okay, so now we have our picture. Come on, zoom in, zoom out. Oh, there we go. It just takes a little bit. All right, so now we have our picture. Now we're going to add in all our assets. So, okay, forgot to explain. Okay, now how to add assets. You come over here, add assets. Then you come over here to image layer. Now this will allow us to add in all of our parts that we need in order to add different effects to the background to make it look like it's in the background. Okay. So now just pretty much just add all of these. I shall give you a file with just the ones we need instead of just all these extras. The extras in here are just things I was messing with to try and see if it'll look good or not. But yeah, they didn't. Okay, so now I will be back when everything's added. Okay, so now once you have everything in, you should have left eye, upper eye, right eye, just Noelle, Noelle rock, robot left, robot right, spinning, and sword. Okay, now we only have one spinning, so we need to have three. So what we can do is we could duplicate, and then duplicate again to get all three of them that we need. Okay, let's just hide two of them, and we'll just work with no, let's just work with the one for now. Okay, so first off, let's put these spinners in the right place that these should be. Now the way how we could do this is, on the original picture, you could see that there is a circle where they should be already. We could just line them up with there, and because it's so far in the background, it doesn't matter that the circles don't match exactly. You won't see it. All you'll see is just this bit moving. Okay, let's put... Oh yes, and to move them, you click the big yellow square and you can move them without actually changing the dimensions of anything. Okay. So now once we have those into place, we can start working on other things. Okay, so now once we have everything in place, should be able to be good. Alright, so now let's work on the image itself. So now in order to get something, okay, blah, blah, blah. Right, so first off, what we're going to do is we're going to go back up here to assets, right? And we're going to add in a full screen layer. Now what this does, it adds a transparent layer you won't see, which then you could add effects to without actually modifying the original picture. Because it's harder to fix the modifications on the original picture and get everything to line up right than it is to do it on a full screen. Because we're going to need that. All right, so first let's work on the right robot. Okay. Now in game, the right robot has his little eye glow when you smack it, right? So in order to get that, we can go to magic. We can go to, I think it's glyphs. Yes, glyphs. You can either do glyph 1, glyph 2. It doesn't really matter because we're going to change what it looks like anyways. I usually go with 1 because I like how 1 looks. So what we can do is we could resize it, put it into the place that it needs to be. Okay, right. So now we can see, because it just goes around its eye. It doesn't really go in it. Okay, so now once we have that there, we can go over here to edit, and we can find the right one that we need, which is actually very convenient because they actually already have one. Let's see, where is it? Here we go. It's this one. We're going to go with glyph-2.txtex. That's the one we're going to go to. We can also go with this one. This one also looks pretty good. Well, for this video, we're going to go for this one. Okay, and once you have it, you should be all good. And go select, and now you'll have this. Okay, now let's change the color because I know it's not bright red. It's more of an orange, not a yellow. Let's go with, change that to more of an orangey. Yeah, it's more like that. Now what we can do is change the speed of it because it's not that fast in game. Lifetime. Increase that. And we can also decrease the opacity of it a little bit because I know it's not that bright. We can actually make it a little bit darker. A little bit lighter because we can't see it too well. Okay, there we go. I like that. That looks pretty good. Okay, now in order to get it behind the, because I know you can still see it over the brackets, right, in the eyeballs, which that's not good. So now that's why we have these eyes of here. Now we're working on the right eye, so now what we can do is go over here, plop, put it over, and you should be able to see it over. Oh no, no, that's the upper eye. My bad, grabbed the wrong one. The right eye, you put it in the back, and now it's over. You can look and see. It's nice. Actually, what I need to do is change the glyph just a smidge. It needs to go this way. And maybe even just over a bit. Yep, okay, that looks much better. Okay. So now we got this. Now we want the right robot also to be in front of it, because that's the one that we're going to use. I don't know if you can actually section it off. Can you actually group stuff? I guess not. Okay, but whatever. Alright, so now what we can do is we could add effects to the robot. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to right robot. You're going to add effects. And we're going to go to its pulse. Yes, pulse. Now you're going to see this. It's going to show you it's pulsing the whole thing, which we don't want that. So what we would do is go to paint, and you'd go to 0, clear, and that clears out all the color, or all the things. So then we're going to go to 200, and we're going to zoom in. Oh no, that is no. Okay. So in order to move around, you're going to right click and hold, and then you can move the image without actually doing any paint onto the character. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do all these little bits, right? Okay, so as we do that, you're going to see it's going to start glowing. All right, so I'm going to do that now, and we will be back. Okay, so now you have this, right? Now you see, oh no, everything's all glowing and it's too big. Now what we can do is we can go in, we can zoom in all the way. We can put 0, we can get a smaller brush and get more of the detail work. So we can get rid of all of this. So we just have where you see the the orange, that'll glow. We could even make the brush bigger and just take off just a bit. It's easier to just do it like this than it is to try and do it more precise. It takes less time. See? Yeah, okay. Oh, also, okay. Now, see how it's kind of like feathering out? Now what we can do is change the hardness to 0, and it should give you more crisp lines. So you don't have so it doesn't take off too much. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so now once you're done with that, so it should look something like this. Okay, so now if it's too bright for you, what you can do is you come over here. Well, first off, we need to finish with the painting. Now what we can do is we can come over here and we could change the noise speed, the power. The power is what's going to change how bright or how dim it is going to be. Or is the power how long it's going to be? Oh, no, power is how long it's going to be. Okay. Yeah, let's just keep it there. Pulse speed. See how long it pulses for. Stays how long, it stays how shorter. Now this will change the color of the pulse, or change the color of what it is. So let's say we want it to be more of a brown, right? And we could leave it the white. We make it more powerful. Or no, that's less powerful. More over here. No, this way. Yeah, I was right the first time. Okay. Let me make it a little bit brighter because it's not. There we go. Okay. We can leave the lower tint white. It's fine. It gives us that nice look. See, now we can zoom out and you can see it just has that nice kind of glow to it. Right? Okay. Now we can do that. Well, actually, no, we don't need to do that for anything else. Now what we can do is, for now, the right robot is fine as it is. Let's move on to the left. So now the left, what we need, okay, that's the left eye. So we can move the left eye down here. And we can move, well, actually, no, let's move it and let's leave it there for now. Let's grab the left robot and put him underneath it. And then we can do is we can come over here and we can duplicate the glyph, put it over here, and now we can move it over here. So now it will have the same coloring. Let's go before. Yeah. So it'll have the same coloring as our right version. Okay, that was kind of weird. You can come in here and do the things if you want. I'm going to do it in a minute. But for now, let's just try and fix how this is. We want to go a little bit smaller because his eye is a little bit smaller. Now here we want to make the opacity a little bit lighter because he's further in the he's further back. So he's not going to be nearly as bright as the one in the front. Right? Yeah. Okay. Now let's come over here. I guess I could do the robot's things real quick. His glowy bits. We come over here, we come pulse. No, we don't want the whole thing to pulse. No. Clear. We just want this little bit. Now I think I might do it more. Oh, no, too small. Okay, now we don't want it to pulse that hard, right? Because it's pretty far in the back. So we want it to be this orangey color again. Want it a little bit darker this time. It's a little further back. Right, maybe even a little bit darker. There we go. So it's just like a little subtle thing that we got. Okay. We'll just come here then. Just hide that one for now. Come to a pulse. Okay, we come over here. Well, that explains why it was so big. Okay, so now we have that all done, right? Now we can zoom out and it stays where it's supposed to be. Right, now over here, what we want to do is get the highs and lows. We want the high of the yellow, and we want the low of this more orangey kind of color. Then what we can do is pop this over. And now it's all underneath. And now you'll see that it's glowing in the background, which is very cool. Right? So far, yours should look something like mine. All right. So next, let's get these things to spin, right? Because that's what they do in game. Well, I don't know if they do that in game, but we're gonna make them spin because why not? So, okay, we're going to work on this one. We're going to add effect. We're going to come over here to spin. Now it's gonna have this little weirdness on the outside, which we could fix. We can come over here and let's do the whole thing. And let's just take out. Let's make this nice and big, and we'll just take out the corners here, so it doesn't show too much. We don't want it to cut too much of the corners off. Right? Yep. Okay. Okay. See, now it'll just show just the thing itself. Now we can zoom out, and you can see it. It's just gonna be spinning. That looks really cool. Actually, do you know what? Let's drop these ones out so we don't have to do it multiple times. Let's just take this one, and we can just duplicate this one 3 times, and we can just move it back over here. It's already done. Why do multiple work, right? Come back over here. Put this one over here. And then since the robot is actually further down in the list, it's going to be looking like it's behind it, like it's supposed to. Okay, cool. So that should be it for the robot part. So now let's work on Noelle. Oh, actually, no, no. Yeah, actually, yeah, okay. So dictating by this picture, we could see that she's going to be blowing it towards the right, right? So now we need to go to Noelle, grab her. Where is she? Oh, there she is, just Noelle. And now we can add in an effect. We would use water waves? Yes, water waves. And we get this nice kind of alternating effect to her. But we need it to alternate in the right direction. So let's put this to 90, because we're going in that direction. Now what we want is the scaling to be lowered, because it's a little bit too high. Maybe a little bit more. We could even lower the speed, because maybe it's not that windy. Right, maybe even lower. Maybe a little bit faster. Maybe just lower the scaling down even harder. So it's just like a subtle blow. Okay, so now we have that. But oh no, her whole body's shaking, which we don't want that, because I don't know if your body shakes, because mine sure as hell doesn't. Like that. So let's fix that. So we come over here, we come to the paint, clear that all out, come to the mask. So now what we're going to do is going to do this bit, because this shakes a little. This shakes over here. Her dress. I mean, we could do all of her dress. Make sure you don't get her legs, because legs don't shake. We could even do a little bit of the bow. Let's try and leave the middle alone, because this is more of a gem, and the gem doesn't really shake too hard. You see, even the strength, we could even lower the strength down a little bit, so it's just subtle, or you can make it like crazy, which we don't want to make it too crazy. Right, we just want to do it a little bit. Let's check out the masking so we can see where it is. Let's do this bit too. Okay, let's check out our work. And then it's just subtle. And then what we can also do is do her hair up here. So let's say we want to do a little bit of the hair. Or maybe, nah. Let's do a different version. Let's leave her hair alone for right now. Okay, we'll do that. That's her dress. And then we can come over here to layers. And come over here, add a new layer, add a new water ripple. Do another 90 degrees. Do the scaling down to like almost nothing. Speed down to almost nothing. Come over here. Clear that whole thing out, and then we just come over here to her hair. We just do a little bit. We just ooh, actually that might be too much. Okay, let's see. Yeah, well, we could change. What in the world is going on? That is weird. Okay, yeah, let's take out the shoulder because the shoulders don't wave like that. Yeah, it's just a little bit of a hair, right? Okay. Now what we can do, if you want, you could also add another water ripple to make it look like she's breathing. We don't want the scaling to be that hard. We want it again at 90. No, we want it at 0. Okay, and we don't want the scaling to be that hard again. Yes, we want it to be about there. That should be good. Come over here, clear all that out. Put the amount. We could have just the chest. And we'll have to fix this after. That is not going in the right direction. Okay, let's put this to 4. Okay, there we go. And it's just a little bit. It just looks like she's just breathing up and down from the crazy fight she's about to have, and she's been through a lot, right? You guys can go however you want. You can go ham. Next, let's add a little shine to the little bally, right? The little gem in her back. We can do that with the pulse. No, we don't want the whole thing to pulse. No. Clear that out. Zoom in. No, we don't want it that big. Too small. We just do that. Okay, and we do the same thing over here. We grab some of the colors. We want the upper color to be that. We'll take the lower color to be more of the. Do I want that? No, other way around. You know what, let's just go with more of a white. Otherwise, you can't see it. Yeah. Make this a little bit brighter. There we go. Okay. And now we got the sword. Oh no, now we got the gem done. You could even go even lighter if you want to. Make it maybe a little bit brighter so it stands out a little more. Power we can lower. You can see it. Okay. So now let's add some fire in because we see all this embers and stuff, right? Let's add some fire in. We can go over here to fire. Come over here to wildfire. And there we go. Then we can put this over here. Scale it up. Scale it here. Oh, but it's in the foreground, but don't worry. We can put that behind. Let's see where you at. Here we go. The rocks. Let's say it's still a little bit too big, right? We could move this over a little bit. Angle it a smidge. Move it over. And there we go. And it's not poking out of the rocks. We have that little bit. Now let's add in some embers. I think embers is under embers. Embers is under embers. Yeah, then we can put that over here too. Wildfire. Could have this a little bigger. And there we go. And it just shows some embers off the fire. Just a little extra added touch, you know. We can do the same thing over here. Here, wildfire. Go it a smidge. Make it longer. Pop it where the other fire is. Maybe not as strong, maybe, or maybe a little bit bigger. Yeah. But what we can do is grab all of this and put all of this in the foreground, because this is going to be the furthest part. This is all the way in the front. So think of it this way, that this is the stuff in the back, this is the stuff in the front, pretty much. So now we could actually see it, and we can go over the robot. I won't mess with it too much. Come back over here, we'll grab some embers again. We'll keep it all going in that direction, because that is the way the wind is blowing. Okay. Now, how do we simulate the wind? Now what we can do is we can add in some smoke. Is it smoke? No, not smoke, my bad. It is fog. We could either have like the subtle foggy, or we could have a more brisk fog. I'm thinking we should go with the more subtle one. And now we can go here, we can actually scale this big for the whole image. But the problem with this is it's going in the wrong direction. So we just flip it over. There we go. And now it's all going in the right direction. We can scoot this over more to the middle. And we can have that nice foggy effect. Which is kind of nice. Alright, let's see. What else can we do to this picture? Let's say we want to add some clouds in. Right. Oh, here's where we would do that. This is where we need the full layer. Now we could put the full layer. We need it. Yep, right there. Because we want to put one in the back. Because that guy's pretty far back in the back, right? Yes, we want to put some clouds in the back, but not that strong. That is a little bit too strong, I think. I want this one. We want it that strong? No, I don't think so. Yeah, we want it just subtly in the background, I think. And with the colors, we want more of the grayish, kind of greeny look to it. So just back there. See, it just looks like he's more in the back than anything else. These spinners we want actually to go in the back, because that is where they are. Okay. Yeah. And then what we can do is, because now this robot looks a little off, right? We could add in another asset, another full screen. Put this one, it's right here in front of the, there. We can put another kind of like, another cloudy kind of look to it. It's alpha, what goes the amount, yeah. Just helps with the lure of how it's supposed to look. Make it a little bit dark, maybe. Let's put the alpha a little bit higher. There we go. Let's see if we hide the right robot. Let's see. Noelle can go over here. We're gonna mess with our sword. We're gonna put that there. Put this at the full screen right above this full screen. Give him more of a darker appeal to him. No, that's a little too much. It's a little too dark. Maybe him. Maybe the picture itself we can actually darken up a little bit. Where is it? Right robot. The opacity of him. Lower it just a bit. Yeah, so he blends in a little better. There we go. That should be good. Alright, and now we got this more smoky looking, everyone's gonna die kind of look. Alright, so now let's mess with her sword. Now we know when she activates her ability, she has more of like a god ray kind of looking thing. So we can go to lighting. And do we want shaft? So I'm thinking we're going to go with number 1. But I think we could actually give it a god ray itself. God ray. See, how does that look? That does not look good. That is not the kind of god ray we need. So yep, so we're going back over here to assets. We're gonna go lighting. Nope, that's lightning, my bad. Yeah, we're gonna go here. And we're going to just add this in. Make it a little bit tighter maybe. Okay, now let's put this below this. Nope, not below the sword. Put it right below Noelle, so it goes underneath her instead of on top of her. Now what we can do is we can add in a couple of these to make it a little bit brighter. Right? Well, that might be a little bit too bright. No, let's get rid of one. It would be too much. Okay. Right, because that comes off her sword. And then also, if you notice when you activate her ability, she has this weird kind of like DNA-ish kind of look to it. So now with this one, you have two endpoints. You have the top one and then you have the bottom one. So we can angle it up to her sword, yep. And then there we go, we can put this one exactly where it's for the god rays, and then you have this little look to her sword. It's kind of cool. It's just like an extra little, yeah, you know? We could even increase the speed of it, because I think hers goes pretty quickly. Okay. Now in the background, it's still a little plain in the background. Let's add some lightning. Let's add some like thunderbolts. Now the placement of the thunderbolts really matters in our load order. Because if we have it in the front like we do now, everything's in the front, which we don't want that. Which would be a good place to put it would be right here. No, it would be right here. Behind the... Wait, will it go behind it? No, I have it wrong. Here. There we go. So now it's behind that robot. Could even move it over a little bit because then we don't want it too much interfering with that boy. Actually, if anything, we can even put it back here. Yeah, so it just has that little bit of extra. You can have it angled a little bit. Right now it's a little bit too fast. Let's lower it. Count. Let's lower the count. So just a little bit. You know, it's just a little extra. We could even put one behind our friend over here. All right, let's actually just make a copy of it, because we want it in the exact same place. We want to move it over here, and we can put it over here. Put the speed over here or something. Okay. Let's give him some shading. Can we do that? No, not that. Oh, there we go. That's what we want. We want an opacity mask. Let's see how this looks. No, that is not what we want. Actually, you know what? We do. Just put an opacity on it, just in general. Where was that? Where is opacity? We just put a basic one on. Should be good. Yeah, see, it gives it a little bit extra. Kind of blends in a little bit more. That's good. All right. So from here we have this video. I mean, we have our thing that looks like this now, right? Now let's add in some music. And what we would do is you would come over here to assets and you would come sound. And it'll loop a song in. So here I have Legends Never Die. I figured that would be a perfect place to put it. And it'll just play whenever you want. For now, you can just mute it in the editor so we don't have to hear it. Let's see. Anything else we want to change before we finish? I'm thinking it looks pretty good for now. Yeah. So now from here, we would do is just go save. And we should see it as a Noelle project. Or you could, or whatever you named it. What we can do is we can come over here. Ooh. Come over here. We come to our Noelle project. And it should be in our thing now. Congratulations, you've made it to the end of the video. Your wallpaper should look something like this. If you like what you've seen, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, boot out!